I was going over quarterly tax files in my home office when my phone vibrated with a message from my wife, Jennifer. She was supposedly in Los Angeles for a business conference, even though her marketing agency hadn't had a single client there in more than 3 years. Her text was short and emotionless. "David, I've been thinking about us. I want to open our marriage. I need the freedom to explore other connections. This isn't negotiable. We can talk when I'm back on Sunday." I placed my coffee on the desk and read it again, taking in the cold confidence behind every line. 23 years together, reduced to a distant ultimatum sent from thousands of miles away. I replied, "Understood. Safe travels." Then I pulled out the manila folder I had quietly been assembling over the past 3 months and started making a series of very deliberate phone calls. Let me explain how a woman who believed she was claiming freedom from her husband ended up ruining her own career, destroying her partner's federal position, and collapsing her future, all in a single, carefully timed afternoon. My name is David Brennan. For 18 years, I've worked as a certified public accountant specializing in forensic accounting and divorce cases. When people suspect their partners of hiding money, I'm the one they hire to uncover it. More importantly, I know how to record everything in a way that holds up. Jennifer's behavior had started changing back in January. Private phone calls, unexplained outings, and a sudden renewed focus on her appearance after years of comfort. But the real warning sign was her sudden enthusiasm for business trips to cities where she had no professional connections. So I began collecting evidence. Hotel charges on our joint credit card for conference stays that didn't exist. Restaurant bills clearly meant for two, despite her claiming to dine alone. Most telling of all, her phone's location history revealed repeated visits, 18 times over 4 months, to the same residential address in Virginia. That address belonged to FBI Special Agent Thomas Hartley, a married man with 3 children who specialized in financial crime investigations. The irony couldn't have been sharper. My wife was involved with a federal agent whose job was to uncover the very kinds of financial deception I helped expose in courtrooms. But I wasn't satisfied with simply proving infidelity. I wanted everything to collapse. Through professional contacts, I learned that Hartley was already being reviewed internally for questionable expense claims and possible ethical breaches. Engaging in an affair during an active internal investigation wasn't just reckless, it was catastrophic for a federal career. While Jennifer was sending me her message from his bed, I was distributing 4 months' worth of documentation to 3 separate recipients. The first package went to her employer. It detailed how she had disguised personal travel as business expenses while carrying on an affair, clear evidence of corporate fraud, potential tax violations, and breaches of company policy. The second package was delivered to FBI Internal Affairs. It outlined how Agent Hartley had been using government travel funds to conduct a cross-state affair, violating Bureau standards while already under scrutiny. The third package went to Hartley's wife, Susan. It was a carefully organized record showing exactly where her husband had been during his so-called extended assignments. But the most precise part of it all was the timing. I had discovered that Jennifer and Hartley planned to spend the weekend at a high-end resort in Malibu, paid for using his official travel allowance. I also learned that Susan Hartley was a senior prosecutor working in a U.S. attorney's office, specializing in corruption cases. So while Jennifer was drafting her message about an open marriage, Susan was opening my file and discovering that her husband, a federal agent, was involved in misconduct with a married woman. My phone rang exactly 48 minutes after I sent my reply. "David." Jennifer's voice was shaky, rushed. "Something's wrong. Tom had to leave suddenly. FBI agent showed up, they arrested him." I took a slow sip of coffee, watching the rain streak across my office window. "That's unfortunate," I said evenly. "They mentioned internal investigations and ethics violations. David, I think I might be in trouble too. They were asking about my travel expenses." "Why would you be in trouble, Jennifer?" She hesitated, and I could almost hear the realization forming. "You knew. I'm a forensic accountant. Knowing is what I do." Silence filled the line for nearly a full minute. "You've destroyed both of us," she finally said in a faint voice. "You did that yourselves," I replied. "I just kept records." My job, my reputation. Those were things to think about before sending ultimatums over text. Within 72 hours, Jennifer was fired for corporate fraud. Agent Hartley was suspended as a federal investigation began. Both were facing serious legal consequences for misuse of funds. Meanwhile, I filed for fault-based divorce in Virginia, where proven adultery eliminates claims to alimony and shared assets. Jennifer came back to an empty house, locks changed, legal papers waiting, and a restraining order already in place. Sometimes the harshest form of revenge isn't about action. It's about letting people bring about their own downfall while you quietly document every step.